There was a time when lots of Malaysians are very cynical on politics, especially the young ones. But fortunately enough for Malaysians, people may be very cynical towards politics, but they have faith in democracy. And more importantly, not only they have faith in democracy, they are willing to embark on a very important journey of democratization in the country. And because of that, I think we have hope that beyond GE13, there will be further democratization processes, works by good people, and we would be able to reach a point where our democracy is more mature, more progressive than what we are having today. If I may reflect a little bit on GE13 and then take it up from there towards where we are going beyond GE13. If I can use two circles to illustrate my coming point, and these two circles are like intertwined at the middle, so it's like the Olympic circles. The left circle is 47%. The right circle is 50%. I'm sure you know where I'm coming from. I call the left circle the development hopes, and the right circle, I call it the democratic hopes. Issues in GE13 that were in the development hope would be the traditional Malaysian style GE campaign or issues like water, like electricity, roads, public amenities, infrastructures. Issues in the democratic hopes would be democratic issues like fairness, human rights, policy-related issues, free and fair election, and within certain segments of the electorate will be the 4 C's: chronism, corruption, crime, cost of living. There are the other 2 C's, but this was before GE13, just before GE13. The other 2 C's, of course, you know it, cows and condominiums. Now, this circle were there in 2008, but the numbers were slightly different. The left one was like 49, and the right side was like 51. And it was there in 2004. It was there starting from 1999. But you will see the development circle were much bigger before 2013 election, whereas the democratic circle were much smaller. So you have the democratic circle growing bigger, that is the trend, and the development circle shrinking, and that seems to be the trend. I am, of course, trying to describe the popular votes. And wherever the voters think that developmental issues are more important, this is where we can do very well. And wherever majority of the electorates think that democratic issues are more important, I say the word more, because it's not, it's not either or. Yeah? That is where there is the link between the 2 circles. Now, interestingly, even in the left circle, in the 47% circle, in the developmental circle, there are already questions on, for instance, yes, thank you for the road leading to my kampung, to my village, but already they are asking who built it? Was there an open tender? How much does it cost? Okay, things of that sort. So I see this as a democratization process when the electorate start asking questions. As a candidate myself, I was a rookie in 2008, and for the first time I saw non-Muslim and non-Malays holding flag, the PAS flag, as a candidate in the 65% Malay constituent, I was saying, I smell trouble here. But as a Democrat, I say, okay, this is interesting. In the last election, for the first time, not only more non-Malays holding PAS flags, which caused me more trouble, of course, but also for the first time in Malay kampongs, in Malay villages, I saw DAP flags. So I say, I smell more trouble. Definitely lah, I lost. But as a Democrat, I thought, and this is the conclusion, I think Malaysians are becoming more colorblind, and that is good for democracy. Yeah. And I think the other thing that we learned from, so you have one, the democratization process as a whole. Second, I think Malaysians are becoming more colorblind. Third, the GE13 is telling us that Malaysians are saying goodbye to two-third majority, so MPs better learn how to negotiate. Rafizi. And fourthly, from GE13, we saw the middle ground no longer independent as in not knowing what to vote, but they already share before they go and vote. They already have some kind of, I call it accumulated thought. With the advent of the ICT and social media, they are sharing. The middle ground, the young, the academia, the well-educated, the technocrats, the professional civil society, and the middle class. The middle ground is always there. We saw them strongly in 2008, but it is stronger this time. But what is most important, I think, they are already sharing. So the third force, whatever you want to call it, it is real. You can see them, you can feel them. And according to UMCDEL, the middle ground normally move 2-3 days before the ballot day, but in the context of GE13, they move as soon as the campaign starts. Yeah, so you can actually feel it. Now, how do we go forward? We need to continue this momentum of democratization for sure. We need to seize this momentum, and we need to do whatever for us to go. The second thing, I think, we are almost a two-coalition party system. I don't know how to say this because I'm still a BN guy. I am a BN guy, not still a BN guy. That can be dangerous, especially sitting beside Rafizi. What I'm trying to say is this. The alternative from the opposition, I mean in the context of BN, started as a cluster of protests in 1999, becoming more real in 2008, almost complete in 2013. Should the PR announce the shadow cabinet, I think the alternative is really complete. And we in BN gets into more trouble. As simple as that. Yeah. So, but anyway, with or without that, I think the two coalition party, I mean, you can call it the two-party system is already there and looks like it's set to be strengthened either way. Number three, because the people have said goodbye to two-third majority, politicians from both sides of the house must actually learn how to be more bipartisan in many of the issues. And the first challenge will be the drawing of the new boundaries of the coming GE14. It will be interesting to see how politicians from both sides of the divide, if they can actually sit together. But the EC must be really independent in the first place. Yeah. I think we need a new EC chairman. We need someone that is really passionate, that is really independent, and don't have to speak on behalf of BN lah, because you're not helping BN anyway. Yeah, I think we need a more independent EC that both sides of the house will be comfortable to sit with him or her at the table and negotiate on the drawing of the boundaries. While we do that, my fourth and my last point, Mas, is we must continue strengthening the the democratic instruments, or institutions that we already have, like the parliament, by forming more select committees for the more fundamental aspects of people's life, like education, foreign policy. Many people thought foreign policy is something that we do overseas, but frankly, foreign policy begins at home. I'm aware that I'm CEO of the Global Movement of Moderates. One of the favorite questions that I get when I enter into this kind of forum is, Saifuddin, why is it that we seem to be very moderate out there, but at home, what's happening? Don't ask me that question tonight, lah, mati lah. No. I mean, and of course a host of other areas. Of course, the freedom of the media. You can't have a vibrant democracy without the media. I'm aware of the good job organized by last Saturday, the Pencil Merah, which I support, of course, yeah, and so on. So we have to continue strengthening all the political institutions, and I'm happy that Meredith mentioned about the election at the local council, which we are in dire need of. I think we really have to go and lobby, and I know my colleagues in Pakatan will be championing it. I hope my colleagues in Barisan will also support the idea. So thank you.